It's Marlon speaks live, yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Yeah, it's truth over comfort, I don't pick no side. If it shake the room a little, let the truth collide. Cause it's Marlon speaks live, no script, no disguise. I don't sell no lies, just to monetize. Cause the past still breathing and it never dies. Yeah, it's Marlon speaks live, now the truth will rise. Yo, it's Marlon speaks live, yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive.
Welcome back. Another episode. So, yeah, just a little backdrop on Heinrich Himmler. If y'all don't know who that is, I'm about to bring y'all up to speed to who this guy is historically and, give my analysis afterward. Yeah, so check it out.
Here is true evil. Heinrich Himmler, one of the most evil men in human history, begins as a mild-mannered, bookish intellectual who loves tradition, country pursuits, and nature. He will become one of the most terrifying champions of the Third Reich, a monster even by Nazi standards.
No name is more associated with Nazi atrocities than that of Himmler.
Himmler will help to define Nazi ideology.
More than most of the other Nazi leaders, Himmler is an ideologue, and he's really interested in ideas and systems of belief and creating a whole new culture, particularly for the SS.
The transformation of Himmler into a Nazi monster is the story of the total collapse of morality and civilization in Germany.
The story of Heinrich Himmler gives real insight into how Nazism evolved, how in 20 years a civilized European humanist country descends into such barbarism and darkness.
Heinrich Himmler is as close as any human has ever been to true evil. In July 1942, Heinrich Himmler is inspecting Auschwitz-Birkenau. He is delighted, smiling in approval. It is everything he had hoped for, everything he had envisioned. In this camp alone, more than 1 million people will be murdered, most of them Jews.
Yeah, so this is the legacy of Heinrich Himmler. And the reason why it's obvious what's going on right now, but see, the reason why Nazi ideology was even how it even came to be, it was inspired from America. So if y'all don't know, a lot of the Nazi ideology, they studied how Americans treated the Native Americans and the African Americans. And they used a lot of the ideology here and applied it to how they would treat the Jewish people. They just took it a step further because when you have a nation full of all mostly white people with no checks and balances, you could do what you want to do. So that's really why Germany ended up being the poster child for that ideology. But that ideology its origin is right here in America. And since this country has never been forced to deal with the ugliness, this is what's going on now. Now these racist white people and misinformed white people and just plain ignorant white people in this country, what they don't realize is that image that they worship, that image of the 50s, the things being so great post-World War II, things being so wonderful, that Rockwellian imagery that they all worship, that's the same thing that these Germans was worshiping. That's what they was worshiping, an image, a picture. Just like that false white image of Jesus Christ, that's what these people idolize. They idolize imagery. So that leads us to this Greg Bovino guy. He's not special. He's just the newest version of the same story. It's nothing special about this guy. You know, he all he is just like a bunch of white Americans who idolize a picture, who idolize a flag, a picture of a flag, who idolize imagery, right? So let's check out this Greg Bovino character. Let's break him down. No different. Like I said, it's nothing special about him at all. This is my guy, Hawk's podcast. I'm going to add the link to all of these videos in my description. Y'all go check them out. Yeah, let's let Hawk break it down. I haven't seen this video, but it's titled, Who is Greg Bovino? He got a dark past. We're going to get into it. We got to know who this guy is, where he come from. But it's pretty, like I said, it's pretty much the same story of a bunch of misinformed and or ignorant and or racist white Americans who just, like I said, they believe in a picture. They believe in how something look, you know what I'm saying, instead of how something feel. They just believe in how the image of what America should be. So yeah, let's get into it.
Happy Monday. I've been sick for a few days, and but we've seen this guy Greg Bovino a lot. The little 5 foot tall guy who dresses basically like a Nazi for photo shoots and whatnot. He's the head of Customs and Border Patrol, and he likes to go march surrounded by his security detail and yell at protesters and throw tear gas canisters at protesters and then lie to the courts about doing that. I haven't had time to dig in and learn the history of Greg Bovino or learn anything about him personally. Fortunately, another TikToker took the time and did that. Please watch this video.
Greg Bovino. Greg Bovino. Which Greg am I talking about when I say Greg Bovino? You know who the fuck I'm talking about. This Greg. I got some words for you, Greg. Hey, Greg, you remember how your dad drove drunk and murdered a woman in Blowing Rock? Hey, Greg, you remember how you're actually the reason why your dad was driving drunk in the first place to kill that woman in Blowing Rock? Which led to your parents' divorce, which sounds like you're the reason your parents got divorced, Greg. In case anyone is wondering, the woman who his father killed, her name is Janine Mae Mitchell. I'm sure he'd recognize the name if you decided to scream it at him. His father used to run a bar called the Library Club Bar, which he had to sell after the DUI, which hit the family pretty deep. Greg is sure to be sensitive if you would like to name drop the Library Club Bar in person. Hey, Greg, back to you. Do you think it's weird that the Watauga High School yearbook has you listed as most likely to shit his pants in public? Hey, Greg, is it weird to you being a Nazi that your mom is a registered Democrat? Must make that familial tie real awkward. Must make Thanksgiving real awkward, Greg. Hey, Greg, do you remember when the masked store banned you for sniffing shoes after people tried them on? Hey, Greg, do you remember eating the Watauga Pioneers wrestling team's soggy biscuit? Is it still gay to eat semen off a Bojangles biscuit, or was that just an 80s thing? Hey, Greg, everyone at Watauga High School still thinks you're a loser. Hey, Greg, Boone, North Carolina fucking hates you. Hey, Greg, you remember when you fell into the porta potty at the Valley County Fair and nobody found you for hours because people just kept coming into the porta potty and shitting on you? And shitting on you? And shitting on you? Hey, Greg, you remember when Mr. Combs found you jerking off the National Geographic magazines in a bathroom? Hey, Greg, do you remember when you were swimming at Trash Can Falls and your swim trunks fell down and everyone saw your micro penis and laughed at you? Watauga High School still remembers that. That's the Greg we're talking about, right? That Greg.
Wow.
This Greg. Greg Bovino.
Yep, Heinrich Himmler. Yep, I did the same
Fuck
thing.
you, Greg.
He wanted to be Heinrich Himmler so bad. All of y'all recent modern day Nazis, man, that time isn't coming back. Just like what Trump envisioned, making America, it's never coming back. Actually, it's going to be the opposite. Everybody's going to have to admit that everybody's black. Everybody originally from Africa. We have facts now. We don't have to guess. Everybody is black. Let that sink into y'all crazy ass head. Yeah, y'all actually come from the people that y'all hate so much. I know that really pisses y'all off. And let's watch this too.
He's defending his coat. With the entire nation divided over the ICE raids in Minneapolis, the microscope now on a jacket worn by the chief of ICE operations there. Many are saying it's giving off Gestapo vibes, but he's now going on TV to defend it.
It's the coat at the center of the unrest in Minneapolis. Gregory Bovino is the commander of ICE operations in the city. While most agents keep their faces hidden from view, Bovino makes his presence known. His face exposed for all to see. And his long double-breasted trench coat with wide lapels is hitting a nerve. It's known as a great coat. But California Governor Gavin Newsom says it reminds him of something else.
Greg Bovino, dressed up. It's as if he literally went on eBay and purchased SS garb.
When a coat becomes a symbol of conflict, says today's New York Times, today Bovino is explaining the history of his great coat, worn by commanders on both sides during the wars.
That coat is definitely Border Patrol issue. I've had it over 25 years. I bought that as a young age in approximately 1999.
Bovino says he decided to join Border Patrol after watching the movie The Border, starring Jack Nicholson.
Van was empty.
He tells News Nation's On Balance with Leland Vittert the coat has never been an issue until now.
Received nothing but compliments on that coat. That was during the last administration, as you know. Fast forward a few years to this administration, all of a sudden it's a problem.
Well, I'm going to say this. Democrats and Republicans alike, they all share a lot of that racist ideology. So, yeah, when I say, and trust me, don't mince my words. I'm talking about all white Americans when I say white. I'm not talking about Democrats or Republicans, all that. That's the issue here, really. When you ask Black Americans, a lot of us look at all of y'all as the same. It's just like the passive Germans that was acting like they didn't know nothing was going on with them gas chambers in Nazi Germany. Those will represent like the Democrats of today. Everybody's complicit. So I actually got an article here. And look at this. Look at that Nazi salute. Wow. This dude actually throwing a Nazi salute. Man, they really, really want to bring back them times so bad, don't they? Ooh-wee. So, yeah, he wanted to be a border agent from a young child. He was turned out by that imagery that he was reading about in that movie. His uncle actually made that movie that Jack Nicholson is in. So, that movie actually, he didn't like the movie because Jack Nicholson was a bad guy. He was a border patrol, but he was a bad guy. But the irony about that is he's a bad guy, See, the thing about it, if y'all ever seen that movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas, a lot of these so-called wannabe patriotic white men in America, they don't realize they the bad guys. They really don't realize that they the bad guys. And it won't be until they're in a very dark place or have lost their life, that they have realized, damn, I was the bad guy. See, they believe in all of them things that was on TV, the cartoons, the stories. You know, they got some kind of weird vision of what they think America is, and none of it line up with reality. So a lot of the former paramilitary groups in America, those are actually the people that are waging war against the people now. See, the history of white America, white racist America, is whatever side the black people on, they'll switch sides. So if we go on this side, they'll go on that side. So basically, if all black Americans started voting Republican, they will all become Democrats. We make them jump over just like white flight, just like wherever we live, they don't want to live. When we was moving in the urban areas, they moved to suburban areas. When we start moving to suburban areas, now they want to move back to the urban areas. Wherever we go, they don't want to go. So we kind of like push them around in the roundabout kind of way. Really just with our presence alone. They run from everything, everywhere we go. They run, including the politics. So yeah, man, that's this Greg Bovino in a nutshell. He's a weirdo, just like the majority of white male Americans that I've ever met in my life. You know, I know I don't deal with white men outside of work. So at all. Like I got a couple of my coworkers' numbers, but I really got their number just to send them little videos about stuff really to piss them off. So I'm not friends with no white man at all. Don't want to be. So I just feel their energy, and so I just refuse to play along, you know. But I'm cordial with all people. But it's just, you know, most of them, like I said, they believe in ideology. They believe in false ideology. They believe in imagery. They believe in how things look. They put their faith in a picture. You know, right now, that picture of the 50s, the women with the polka dot dress, you know, housewife cooking, and that's the imagery. That's the imagery that a lot of the white MAGA women got, and a lot of white America in general. They think that was the best time. We're never going back to that. You know, y'all got an opioid crisis on y'all hands right now. You can't imagine 70 years ago and gloss over the fact that y'all majority of white America are on drugs. Yeah, this whole country, white America, really got a big drug problem, always have. You know, and a lot of that is, I think, come from this same thing, this image, never looking within, like Black America has been forced to do. We've been forced to look within because we can't depend on our skin, not in this world. Even though we know the facts now that all people come from Black people, that's a great start. But the trauma has been done to our people. A lot of our people think that having this gift from God is a curse from the devil. And that's an issue that we're going to have to work through, you know, generation after generation to build that back up. But, you know, on the flip side, white America, white people in general, have been also fooled into thinking that their skin is the blessing, is the greatest blessing to all mankind, when really it's the last form of human to evolve from Black people. So not only has no one came from white people, no one can come from white people, but everybody came from Black people. But the point I'm trying to make is it's all false. It's all false. And since this country, white men especially in this country, know that, guess what? They cannot become the majority in the world. They claim to be the majority over here, but they're not in the world, right? And so over here they cosplaying as some type of majority people when it's over. You know, you can't. And then the thing about it, no other race of people is competing, like as far as who's superior or not, especially black people, even though we know that all people come from us. Because we look at all human beings as being us, right? So yeah, it's just when you get into this whole false imagery thing that a lot of them believe in, that's what they fighting for. And the ones that's not speaking up and saying nothing, you know, the Democrats, a lot of them, they are complicit too. And that's why I say it don't matter, you know, about what political side that you on. Just like in Nazi Germany, it was a bunch of people on the so-called other political side, but they agreed spiritually with what was going on in Nazi Germany. And it's the same thing here in this country right now. So yeah, man, look, that's pretty much it. Just wanted to dive in a little bit on this Greg Bovino guy. And we're going to take another look at him before I go off, because, man, this imagery, boy, that's something else right there. That salute, he's for real. And we done all seen Elon Musk doing it. They all believe in that imagery. But like I said, this all comes from America. This is nothing new. That whole racist and authoritarian ideology, it stems from America. Germany took a lot of their notes from America. Now, hopefully, this country can try to really deal with its racist and evil, wicked spirit that's in this country. And reparations. I'm going to keep saying it every video. Reparations. Until this country repairs the damage that it has done to the black and the brown people here in this country, and the red people, the original inhabitants here, and the original inhabitants of the world, which is our people, this country and all white people in the world will continue to be cursed. So reparations, a lot of you racist, crazy white folks and you misinformed black folks who think, oh man, we don't need no handout. A lot of what y'all don't understand is reparations will help white America more than it will help black America. Just like when you honestly forgive and really try to repair a relationship that you have when you hurt somebody in your personal life, when you actually do that, it helps you out internally. That's where the gift or the real gift of reparations to white Americans will happen inside. It will happen more so inside. And then everybody can start to heal within. It's a whole lot of trauma in this dang on country. And until we can't ignore it away. There's no ignoring it away. Because y'all see what happens when you try to do that. Now they taking monuments down. They want to try to erase our history. And we really laughing because we know that this is going to help us get reparations quicker. If they would have just left all of that alone, wouldn't directly try to insult and assault black people with this administration, we might not have got reparations. But now they are actually ensuring that we get it. So that's the only thing I'm happy about with this administration. But look, man, I'm out of here. Stay tapped in. Look, like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. We almost at 500, trying to get to 1,000, trying to get this channel monetized. Man, it's looking good. I really appreciate y'all, man, tuning in, man. I really do. I really do, man. It's a blessing. Believe me. All right, I'm out. 1.
Yo, it's Marlon Speaks Live, yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive. Yeah, it's truth over comfort, I don't pick no side. If it shake the room a little, let the truth collide. Cause it's Marlon Speaks Live, no script, no disguise. I don't sell no lies, just to monetize. Cause the past still breathing and it never dies. Yeah, it's Marlon Speaks Live, now the truth will rise. Yo, it's Marlon Speaks Live, yeah, I'm saying what they hide. History uncensored, let the real survive.